are live. Training number 265. Topic title for today. This is going to be a great one. Average reps to high achievers. Write that down. Average reps to high achievers. And again, I do these trainings every single Tuesday. I've done over 265 network marketing trainings. I put this all in a playlist, so every single one of you is going to get access to today's recording, as well as the PowerPoint slides, which can all be translated. And on top of that, nearly 1,300 episodes of morning motivation. So welcome to the call. I'm excited to have you guys here, and let's go ahead and do a screen share with you from average to elite. From average to elite. Like, if you want to be elite, put elite inside the chat. Whether you're on social media or Zoom right now, drop inside the comments, drop inside the chat and put elite. If you want to be an elite achiever inside of this company, inside of this industry. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. And we're talking about converting basically your average business owner, IBO, inside this company to help them become high achievers. Now, just as a question to start this off, do you have anyone on the team who's just not motivated? Frankly, they're just not doing a dang thing. They're sitting there, barely showing up to any calls. They're really, they're paying, they're not paying, they're paying, they're not paying. They said they're coming to convention, they're not coming to convention. In fact, there's probably a lot of people that you have who said, man, I'm going chairman, and they never even hit P150. Or people said, I'm going to crush it with the trading, and they showed up, they tried it for a few weeks, and they quit. You got people on your team right now, they're stagnant, right? Their business is not growing right now. If so, put a 111 inside of that chat box. If you have people on the team who just are not motivated, they're not doing a dang thing, put a 111 inside that chat. Well, when people say it's motivation problem, even maybe you have lost motivation. Now, I want you guys to be honest, be transparent. If you feel like that you've lost a little bit of motivation for the company and the industry, put a 222 inside the chat, okay? And it's okay. We can't change what we don't acknowledge. If you feel like that you have lost a little bit of motivation, a little bit of steam, a little bit of drive, like, when you're at convention, you feel amazing, and then like a month or two goes by and you're like, dude, I want to quit, right? So if you've lost some motivation, put that in the chat. You're going to have days where you feel amazing, I'm going chairman, other days where it's like, I think I just want to go back and do something else, right? And in fact, for some people, I just want to go back and get a job, right? They just want a consistent paycheck coming in. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that today as well, okay? All right, so becoming elite. These are some of the keys that I want to talk about that I think are going to be important for you. And key number one, inspire. See, you don't motivate. We're not here to motivate people. Motivation lasts like a few hours, maybe a day or so. You inspire. You inspire people by your actions. I know for myself, I put in a lot of action for many, many years. And some people say you inspire me and all that kind of stuff. It's because of my actions. It's because I show up. I don't care if there's 500 people in a room or 5 people on a call. I act anyway, because I act in spite of my mood. I act in spite of the way I feel. So I inspire people by what? Action. Taking action every single day. On average, between Go Live and Zoom, I'm on about 5 or 6 webinars a day, 5 days a week. So that's a minimum of 25 webinars on a weekly basis. So remember, you are going to inspire your team by your actions. And a lot of times that can lift people up, makes them want to do the same thing. See, actions and results, they're contagious. They see where you live. They see the videos you guys are making. They see the things you're posting. If you're talking about the economy, if you're talking about politics and all this stuff, guess what? People are going to follow you. And if they do follow you, it's certainly not going to be with the business. So remember, people more attention pay to what you do than to what you say. They're watching you on social media. Your team is watching you. The upline sees you. They see what you post. They see how you're talking to other people. So be very aware of that the actions that you're taking, the results that you're creating, people actually see that. So you need to be really careful on what it is that you're talking about, what you're posting, the videos you're making, and so forth, okay? Now, look, people are inspired when they see and hear things that you are doing, which encourages them to take action. See, a lot of times we can say one thing like, I'm going chairman, or I'm going chairman of the charts, I'm going to crush it with trading and stuff like that. But guess what? That lasts like a couple days. What about the people? Look, when they look at the leaderboard, when they see people like Michael Martin and other people who are at the top, for signing people up. That inspires people. So remember, when people see your results, they see you ranking up, they see your trading going well, they see that your PRSV is up, they see that you're going to convention, you're going to Cancun, right? That encourages them to take action. Now, there is two things. That either depresses them or it encourages them. And so remember, you want to set the tone. You set the example for your team. You set the example for your team. Your team is going to move based upon what you do. Your volume is going to go up based upon what you do. Remember, you set the tone, you set the pulse, the example for your team. Okay. So those are some of the major keys. Now, I want to talk about motivation versus inspiration, because that's one of the things I want to talk about today that I think is really important. Motivation would be something like this. Hey, you need to get to work, go do it. Come on, step it up, right? That's like almost like an Eric Thomas coming in, like, let's get this done. Let's grind, right? And that's good, but that's not long lasting. And a lot of times that's management, not leadership, right? That would be like a manager working at McDonald's telling people what to do rather than showing them what to do and doing it, leading the way. Okay. Whereas when you talk about inspiration, like, how do you inspire? It's easy. Now listen to this. This is important. Do the stuff you wish they were doing. A lot of times we're hypocrites. We're setting a double standard. We are wishing people would be doing stuff that we ourselves are not doing. Do the stuff that you wish they were doing. Bring new customers in the organization. Ask yourself a question. Let's be real here. If you're building the business, which I assume most of you are, if you're building the business, when is the last time you signed someone up? And then it's like, well, my team's not growing. Well, maybe it's because you're not growing. When's the last time you signed someone up? For me, I signed someone up 24 hours ago. Keep recruiting. I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice. There was years ago, probably about 10 years ago, there was a time where I actually stopped recruiting for a year. I said, I'm not going to recruit any more people. I'm going to work with the people that I already have and help them. My rank never went up. When I decided to get back into phase one and start recruiting again, I think it was around 45 days or something, my rank doubled. Never leave phase one, keep recruiting. It's a part of the success. It actually makes you feel better about yourself. Every time you sign somebody up, it's a good feeling. It keeps you energized, keeps you motivated. Always pretend you're in the first week or two that you joined the company. That was like at the height of your excitement. You first got in, man, I'm going to kill this thing. I'm going chairman in 90 days and that kind of stuff. Never leave phase one. And this is how you inspire. When people see that you keep signing people up, they get inspired. Okay. Now you inspire by building. The best thing that you can do for your team is build a new one. If you guys have lost a good portion of your team, put a 333 inside the chat. I heard a person tell me yesterday that they have rebuilt their team 4 times. Now that doesn't happen every time, but one person had to rebuild their team 4 times. Sometimes you build a new one. How do you build a new one? You bring in new people. What happens when a leader leaves? You replace them, that you get a new one. Let me give you guys an example. 18 months ago, I had a really big leader leave one of my organizations that I had. Okay. Big leader. In fact, they went off to start their own company. And at first I was upset, but then I said, you know what? I'm going to find a better leader. And the volume had gone down a lot on that leg. Since that guy left, the volume has tripled because of my mindset and the work that I was willing to put in. Is the best thing that you can do for your current team is build a new one. Now, it doesn't mean that you just say, forget everybody. No, you bring in new people. I'm building a new one. 12 months from today, I will have even more leaders in my organization. 12 months from today, I will have even better leaders. And so I'm continuing to build more people. I'm continuing to recruit, knowing it's no different than any business. Amazon has to make sales. Apple has to make sales, right? I'm going to keep bringing people in. Why? Because new blood is the lifeblood of the business. Not only does it get you and keep you excited, but it also creates momentum on your team, which is what all of us are looking for. Key number 2, understand different levels of desire. Not every person that you bring in has your vision. They don't have your desire. Some just want to trade. Others want to build. Some want to do both. The desire you have, understand not every person is going to have that same desire. Look, I'm going to be real with you guys. 80% of the people, they're content with making either $0 or $500 a month USD. 500, 0 to 500. They're just happy to be part of the community. Look at all the people in Amway. They stay for years and years and years and years. They don't make any money. They stay because it makes them feel good. They want to be part of the community. They like the personal development. They like the events. When you keep talking about Chairman 10, Chairman 25, Chairman 50, most people are not motivated by that. You know why? Because they cannot conceive in their mind they could ever hit it anyway. Because what the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, they can't even conceive that they would hit Chairman 10. If they could make an extra $200, $300, $400 a week or a month, they would be happy. So just know this desire level that you have, not everyone has it. And guess what? That's okay. Because the volume of each of those individuals is the same, no matter what their desire is. Okay. 5% want to make more than 25,000 USD a month. And yet you think, why do these morons not show up? Think about that. That's what you're thinking in your mind. Now, of course, you don't say that to them. You're like, why are these morons not getting on Zoom calls? Why are they not coming to convention? Why are they not going to Cancun? You see what I'm saying? You know why? They've never made 25 grand a month in their life. They don't even believe that they can do it. They're not coming to convention because they don't believe that they can do it. So just know it's a small percentage of people that want to do it because they can believe that they can actually do it. That's why they get so excited when they get a tiny raise at work that barely even changes their pay. They get excited about something very, very small. Okay. Realize not everyone is hungry. Not everyone's like you. Not everyone's like me. For me, I know I'm consistent. I'm disciplined. I'm driven. Not everybody's that way. In fact, most are not that way. They're not going to be as hungry as you are. They don't care to rise to the top, and that's okay. You don't need them to rise to the top, right? All you need is some customers and people wanting to build. And what'll happen is you will get hungry people because of the example that you set for your team. They will become hungry. A very small percentage of people are going to be hungry, where they're showing up day after day. They're getting on all the Zoom calls, all the go lives, and they go to the conventions. I literally, in 24 years, I've missed one convention. My daughter had a brain injury, and I can even tell you it was the Dallas convention. I couldn't go. She was in the hospital, and I just couldn't make it. That's why they had to announce my chairman 100 rank, literally over FaceTime. I could not be at that event. I do not skip events, but guess what? Most people do. They say I don't have the money. No, it just means they're not willing to get the money because they don't see the value to get it. See, sometimes we have to make sacrifice. We have to give up to go up. We have to make certain sacrifices in our life in order to put the time into stuff. So if they're not as hungry as you are, it's okay, because you're going to rise to the top anyway. You already know that you're going to the top, and you don't have to have a bunch of hungry people. You need a few hungry people and a bunch of customers, and you guys can do that. Guys, if you want today's training, I want you to go on my Instagram right now, Brandon Boyd Official. I have one account, and I want you to let me know you want today's recording and you want the PowerPoint slides. I'm going to give it to each and every one of you. When this is done, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I want to give every one of you a copy, because I believe what I talked about today, if you apply some of these principles, that you can take people who are like average IBOs or IBO, maybe Platinum 150, but they want to go P1000, P2000, P5000, Chairman 10. I believe that you can help take them from there through inspiration, habits, rituals, and systems, and bring them to the top. But guess what? It all starts with you. It starts with me. If I want to hit Chairman 250, I have to start doing things differently. I got to show up. I got to be better at speaking. I got to be better at training. I got to get better at closing. I need to get better at training. I need to be a product of the product. And guess what? Over time, it's going to happen. It's going to happen for me, and it's certainly going to happen for you guys as well. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's training. I do this every single Tuesday. I want to give every one of you a copy of it. I'll give you the recording and the PDF as always, and hope that you guys have an absolutely amazing Tuesday, and we will see you guys at the top. Thanks everyone, and we'll talk soon.